I am a self-proclaimed spiritual person. I mean, to do I wear that title because of the practices that I have, because of all of the things that I'm involved in, and because of the alignment of where I sit with all of the principles that I work with. I am a I live my life by certain principles, like treat others in the same way that you want to be treated. I mean, philosophy. So that's a big thing, certainly to do with somebody who is interested in profound truths, some like depth, deep stuff, understanding things on multiple levels simultaneously. I mean, this is a part of it. I mean, having and so in that, understanding the connection between the mind and the stomach and the heart is a thing, and certainly to do with having healthy of those things. So diet is of course super important. The things you eat, your body's not a garburator that you just throw things down and expect it to just like function normally. So that's a thing, part of it is the yoga practice and the running and the calisthenics, because it's like I understand that movement is life, and so is like flexibility. When they say in Taoism, like when you die, you are rigid and stiff, or like when a plant is dead, it goes hard and it breaks easily. So it's important to maintain these things, to be flexible, to have movement and stuff like that in more ways than on the mat, and doing exercises like flexible in your thinking, and just like expanding consciousness, conscious awareness, and like going in different directions and trying things out, and like development and doing shadow work. Certainly taking a look at everything that you are and everything that you've ever done and been or gonna do, and where you're headed in life, and what you're planning and how you approach it, and like if you're trying to control everything, or you just let go, or if it's like a synergy of the two, which of course it is. I mean, there's like the whole study aspect of it, books, right? I mean, so like being, not subjecting yourself, but for whatever, just like bringing knowledge, perspective to yourself, where you can work with certain ideas and things like that, and find what works for you. And it's a part of it. It's something. Another thing too is say candles. Candles are nice. I make my own candles with essential oils and soy wax, and I so that everything's all natural and organic and vegan and that kind of stuff. And then because once again, health, and it's like, it's not just about burning something, it's not just about a flame, it's not just about an element in your life. It is there are many, there's a lot to it. It's not just about doing it, it's about doing it right. Hugely important. It's not what you're doing, it's why you're doing it, and what you're doing with it is another thing too. And that's back to philosophy again. Burning incense is a thing for me. And there are many ways to look at it, to do with like smudging, or just to do with creating an ambiance, or say things. I think like sandalwood, they use in what do you call it, hospitals, I think, like that in India, because it has like antibacterial, antimicrobial properties and stuff like that. So there are healing aspects to it. I mean, of course, healing is a thing, once again, and it's just like not doing too much yoga, not doing too much. You have to respect that. And then back to diet, you have to eat according to your lifestyle. You can't, if you're going to be doing these things, you have to treat your body with respect, and then also evolving that. Like I'm in a process right now of where I am stopping eating basically stuff that is not from the ground right here, 100-mile diet, for this period of time while I'm in Canada and it's summertime. I do not need to be eating bananas that come from wherever they come from. I mean, thanks during the winter time. I can't wait to move to where they come from. But right now, it's like, nope, I am not going to eat any of that stuff anymore. The only thing is like avocados. I mean, and maybe the occasional exotic fruit, but it's like, there's nothing better than like the fresh organic fruit, you know, that's got that B12 on the outside of it, and you eat that, it's like, and that's good. It's like healthy gut, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy, all that kind of stuff. So those are certainly some of the elements. I mean, having a healthy routine is a thing, you know, understanding that there are certain practices that help to keep a person balanced and centered and grounded, and just like, you know, and also being connected in some way to the world and doing something, not just only taking care of yourself, you know, actually going, like trying to do something in the world where you're actually making a difference, where you're a part of something, where that's not just all about you and building your stuff up and taking care of your own personal selfish kind of interests. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself, but it's like both 50% for your own happiness and 50% for the happiness of others. I'm pretty sure that's the law. And there's something beautiful that happens when you obey the law too. And so things like drinking water is super important. Plants, you know, being out in nature, it's a thing, you know, becoming more sensitive, more receptive, more able to tell the difference, to pick up on things, and then connecting with other levels of consciousness, be they mineral or plant or animal, developing healthy relationships and like methods of communication with other beings and entities and things like that, and having the healthy sleeping and healthy environment. I mean, the sacred space cannot be I can't say, I mean, it's important, a sacred space that, you know, for me, you know, it's not that everything has to be like this always. Sometimes things explode, sometimes it turns into a mess, but things do have a place, and everything fits together. Like my feng shui game is on point. I can just tell, it's like, I know when the energy is off, and I always find it funny because it's like, I thought it was right before, but then you get it better, and it's just like, oh my God. You know, it is like night and day. It makes such a difference when the energy is on point in your house, to do with creativity and just like comfortability and just feeling, you know, relaxed and good about everything. At least for me. I mean, this is a part of how I feel. You know, of course, the big crystals and things like that, and understanding why we have crystals and what crystals represent and how to work with them properly. And I don't mean no superstitious stuff, you know, I'm talking science, physics, that kind of stuff, consciousness, levels of consciousness, and you know, working with those kinds of things. You know, salt lamps is a thing, you know, because the ambiance, you know, I have a dimmer on every light in my house because it has to be perfect, or else it's not perfect, you know. And what is perfect? Perfect is whatever is perfect for the moment. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. So it's important to be able to adjust that. You know, being able to express myself through writing, through poetry, through DJing, through my synthesizers, through YouTube videos, it is hugely important as well. So, and then, you know, my sense of style and fashion and my jewelry, it all plays a part. So anyways, those are just some of the things that, you know, mean a lot to me, that help to spell it out for what being spiritual is to me. And there is more. I mean, like working with wood, working with my hands, getting in the dirt, connecting with the earth, with your feet on the earth, and like doing things and traveling and meeting people and socializing. So yeah, that's what it means to me. Sort of, maybe, kind of. Good enough for now.